Hey everybody, welcome to the Power Hour of Love. I'm Charboil and this is...
El Bandito.
How's it going tonight, El Bandito?
Oh man, I'm doing psych tonight, Senor Bull. Running a little bit late because again, our technical issues are plaguing us to no end. I think we have a monitor man down. We salute you.
Exactly.
He's finally given up. He's given us all he had, Captain.
Ground control to Major Tom. I know we didn't start with our opening little jingle.
Oh, yeah. We've been doing that lately, man. I dig it. I dig it. Look at Mr. Fusion coming in off the Facebooks out there. Thank you so much, man. Make sure to make your way over to Twitch because we got some fun, exciting stuff happening over there tonight.
Oh, yeah, man. And I see all those pretty colors over there on Twitch, man. Who's out there hanging with us tonight?
Well, of course, we have Aurelia, our wonderful master moderator out there, keeping the chat informed, letting them know that we were having a little bit of technical issues and getting things rolling. Thank you for that, Aurelia. You're the bestest. We appreciate you hanging out. We see Severed Astronaut hanging out there. Hey, Mr. Life Reboot himself hanging with us. Make sure to check him out. Awesome retro streamer. Aurelia, if you could, go ahead and shout out all three of you beautiful people there. For anyone out there lurking in chat, because we got a couple beautiful lurkers out there.
Hey, man, we're all about the lurk, man. People hanging out, trying to decide, all right, man, what am I going to throw down tonight? But you guys are going to want to throw down tonight because we got some awesome stuff coming your way.
Yes, we totally do, guys. Tonight is March Madness 2019 Video Game Edition.
Woo!
That's right. We've got some super psyched picks out there, and we need you guys to vote with us each week throughout the week of March, each week throughout the month of March to narrow down who the Legion of Love's exclusive game favorite is. I said that in the worst humanly possible way, but I think you guys get what I mean. If you're watching, you're part of the Legion of Love. We need you guys to vote on what you guys think is the best exclusive game of all time, whether it's on PS4, whether it's on Nintendo Switch, whether it's on Xbox, man, and even some wild cards that we threw in there for you guys, which we're going to get to a little bit later. We're going to let you guys know. We're going to let you know how to vote here in just a little bit. Ooh, look at that. Rich coming in out there on Twitch.
Woo!
Amazing that Twitch works tonight for me. Well, we're glad to have you, buddy, so thanks for hanging out. And you know what? I have an awesome video for March Madness, and I didn't even plug it in.
Go ahead and get it, man. I'll tell
studio yet.
Maybe I'll throw down a little bit of what we're doing. Yeah, like El Bandito was saying, we're talking about, it's the video game edition of March Madness, but there's so many great games out there that we do have to kind of narrow them down. So we're going to be kind of going through and kind of spotlighting certain game exclusives, but like El Bandito said, we do have some wild cards too, so we'll get to those as well. But what's going to be really cool is as we throw down the games, you guys are actually going to be able to go over to a poll that we set up. That's what we're, like El Bandito said, we're running a little late tonight, but because we were setting up so much cool interactive stuff for you guys to check out tonight. So you guys are going to be able to vote. And, while tonight's just the first series, the first round, pretty much over the next few weeks in March, man, we're gonna pretty much get down to the number one favorite video game of those selections.
Absolutely, guys.
So how we doing over there, El Bandito?
We ain't got nothing. Why don't you tell them all about Aurelia's wonderful charity over there, that 8-bit salute going down for Operation Supply Drop.
Absolutely. Operation Supply Drop is awesome. Ori's awesome. You should definitely check it out because the thing about Operation Supply Drop, you should check out Ori's channel too. She streams, I think it's Monday through Sunday or on various times, but you got to go
Friday through Sunday.
Oh,
you said Monday through Sunday.
I'm thinking about today.
We all wish she streamed Monday through Sunday, but look, I don't even see her shout out in there. You better put a shout out to yourself out there. Exclamation point mod is just for you.
But yes, Ori is the weekend Twitch streamer. She does awesome, very interactive show as well. But what we're talking about is the charity that she's supporting, which is Operation Supply Drop, which goes and gets awesome video games in the hands of wounded military personnel who have like they're in the hospital and stuff, and they'll get them video games so that they have some stuff to do over there, rock them out, give some stuff to kind of bring a little bit of a touch of home to these wounded warriors. So
absolutely, and it also helps people deployed. So if they're on the front lines, if they're downrange out there, they'll also be getting some games in their hands for their downtime and stuff like that to help them kind of cope with what's what's going on out there in the front lines, man. So definitely go out there, check out Aurelia's page. If you can donate to her Tiltify campaign, which goes straight to the 8-Bit Salute, go ahead and click our dashboard link for donations. It'll send you straight to that Tiltify campaign. There's also links for it on our Facebook page and in the description of this video on YouTube. If you guys only have $1 to spend, feel free to throw it out to this charity. We'd super love it. We'd super appreciate it. At the very least, like Senor Bull said, try to stop by Ori's channel. The more eyes we can get on it, the more chances we'll get to grab some donations. She has some amazing goals set for herself and for her channel, one of which Mr. Severed Astronaut out there is going to be fulfilling very soon, because at her 1 milestone, he has to dye his hair blue.
Ooh.
We have already reached that milestone, and he will be dyeing his hair blue for his stream, so that should be a super ton of fun. But if Aurelia reaches her ultimate goal, she will be donning rainbow-colored hair herself, which is pretty groovy, guys. And I definitely want to see this. I want to make it happen. So if you got $5, if you got $1, you know, if you got $20, if you got a hundo, oh my God, if you got a hundo that you want to throw out there, it does go 100% to the troops, guys, and it's awesome. So
absolutely, and like we said, definitely check out Aurelia's page or her Twitch stream. It's a great time. If you love the Power Hour, you'll definitely love her stream as well.
No doubt. So I don't know if this video player's working. I'm going to jump over there real quick. Let's see.
All right, let's check it out.
Let's see what happens. I don't know.
Let's do it.
Hey,
yeah,
it's a show. It's live. Let's see what it does.
It's action. Here we go. Let's see.
Hey, that's pretty fresh.
That looked pretty good to me,
fresh.
Man. Yeah, there you go. See, things are now turning in our favor.
They are. Whoa.
That was because a couple people down in there said they didn't see it. Like, they may have looked away real quick, so we had to play it again. So there you guys go, man. Awesome job. You know, and as you can see, there's definitely a few little hints in there on what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Absolutely, guys. So look at that. Mr. Wormwood himself showing up. Hey, Captain. Woo! Good to have you. DJ Napalm, Esquire, and Walmart Brand Snuff. All you beautiful people. Thanks for coming in and checking out the Power Hour of Love, man. Now, okay, look at this. We got a ton of people hanging in here with us, man.
Oh, yeah.
Did Wormwood come in here and raid us? Is that what he did? Is that how we got all his beautiful friends in here, man? Did we miss an alert out there? If we did, Mr. Wormwood, I am so sorry, man. We're going to have to crack the whip on our alert box out there, because we got some 24-follower hype out there. Thank you, Aurelia, for shouting that out for us, man. Guys,
got to get that love going.
There's some Twitch love for all you beautiful people out there. Fatty host, my dude. Yes, Mr. Wormwood. Thank you for that, Fatty, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it so much, and we're actually going to be talking about you a little bit later in the show tonight when we're referencing some different games, because one thing we want to do tonight is shout out streamers that are playing some of the exclusive games on Twitch, so that we've seen them, and we want to steer you guys over there so you can check out some of their channels. But without any further ado, actually, there is a little bit more ado.
Ado? What are we going to do?
I have a more ado, because last week we were talking about Captain Marvel and Shazam.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
And you mentioned the fact that in the original Spider-Man movie, while he was trying to do his web, that you thought Peter Parker said the word Shazam.
I thought so.
And I was like, dude, no way in a Marvel movie would they have used the copyrighted term Shazam. So we looked it up. And we're gonna show you guys right now what's going on in the original Spider-Man. It's 2002's Spider-Man.
Hit it.
Go, Web! Fly! Up, up, and away, Web! Shazam!
Oh!
Go! Go! Go, Web, go!
There you go.
So they did, in fact, say Shazam, dude.
Hey, man, you know, I thought I remembered that, but it had been a while since I saw the original one with Tobey Maguire.
2002 is going back a minute, but you know what's in your bowl? Look, you earned it.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. No, definitely. You know, it's just one of those things where I was like, I thought he said that, but I've been wrong about many things before.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, Aurelia, if you could start us off with kicking a big shout out for Wormwood. We would super appreciate it. And again, like I said, we're going to be shouting out a bunch of people tonight, so I hope you stand by that keyboard. But if you got to take a BRB, or you just let me know, and I will man some of those shout-outs. But I know you're the best. You're this master mod out there, man. I got nothing to worry about. So let's jump right into some March Madness, baby.
Oh, man. We did this last year.
Yes.
And, man, we were rocking with we were doing the CW versus the Netflix Marvel shows.
Yes.
And Arrow ended up winning the whole thing,
Yes,
which might,
the Arrowverse.
it may have kind of like been a sign of the times, being now that we don't really have a Netflix Marvel universe.
They all got canceled, but it's on the horizon that the next season of Arrow will be the last season of Arrow.
Yes.
So pretty soon, man, all those old superhero shows are going to be falling off the map, man. But Senior Bowl came up with the great idea to kind of honor our new Twitch fam by rocking March Madness this year as the video game edition. So we're pitting head-to-head 8 exclusive video games, and we're going to tell you a little bit about each one as we go along throughout the course of the night, and why we're kind of pitting these guys all up against each other, what makes them kind of so popular, so exclusive, and some of the best places where you can get out there and check out streamers streaming these games. So without any further ado, we're going to jump right in to our first category, which is, of course, the Nintendo Switch. Oh, and you know what? Why not, man? If you guys should we link it out there for them?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. We'll throw it down.
We'll get you guys out there in case you can't hang out with us all night. If you can't stick around for too long,
give the people what they want.
I'm gonna throw it down. I'm gonna throw it down right here in the Twitchverse. I'm gonna do a little bit of your job the first time here, Ori. There we go. So !vote. We'll drop the link down there so you can head over to the incredibly cheesy website we found that does a free survey and vote for your favorites across the board. But we're going to tell you, if you want to reserve some of your picks until you hear some of the discussion on it, feel free. But like I said, if you need to just Pepe hands fall. If you need to just go ahead and vote now, then go ahead and vote now, guys.
But we're definitely going to go through the tales of the tape and talk about all these great games that, we're pitting head-to-head. So, yeah, man, why don't we dive right into it? I know if Mr. Fusion's out there, he's going to like this category.
Oh, he is. He likes him some Nintendo Switch, guys. So we're talking Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is our first game up on the list, the first exclusive contender going head-to-head among all the others. Why don't you tell us a little bit about where this game comes from?
Oh, man. Well, man, Super Smash Brothers has been around for quite a while. I mean, we're going back to like the, the Nintendo GameCube if you're going to talk about the original. But, man, we're talking about Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and there's a reason why it's called Ultimate. And, man, that's because it has pretty much not even pretty much, it has every character that's ever been in a Super Smash Brothers, plus a bunch of exclusives that have never been. Mm-hmm. Now, this game's fairly new. If you didn't know, it was put out by Nintendo. They're like the king of exclusives, I think, when it comes, like even from back in the day, man, they were like, yeah, these are our guys. If you want to play them, come over to our side. But the game came out on December 7th. It was also teamed up by Bandai, which are known for their, fighting mechanics and stuff. They make a lot of those Dragon Ball Z fighting games.
Hold up, dude. Did you say that came out December 7th?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
What?
I don't know if I want to go there, but that's the day that Japan bombed Pearl Harbor.
Oh, man. Well, I mean,
if you want to start a fight, Japan, with your ultimate fights over there.
You're like, hey, get in the ring. Get in the Mushroom Kingdom. But yeah, that just came out back in 2018. So this game really is only a couple months old. But man, is it blowing up out there in the Twitch world, man. And actually one of our favorite streamers plays this quite often.
Absolutely. Of course, we would no doubt recommend checking out Chimera. Oh, dude. He's out there, really, if you want to give him a shout-out. He's out there probably streaming tonight.
Yeah,
he's always streaming, man. He's always
streaming
Something.
machine.
He is, but he rocks a Bowser main and a Captain, what's his name, Falco? From
Star Fox, man.
Yeah.
We be jamming.
Dude, he is awesome at them. Already done. Thank you, Aurelia. She's all over it like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm.
Woo.
Love it. But yes, go out there and check out Chimera, dude. Not only is he really great at the game, but one of my favorite things about hanging out in his channel is that if he's playing and he's fighting and he's kicking ass, you can still drop questions in the chat, and he's totally legit able to just play the game and completely answer your question as though he had two brains, man. It is super impressive. It will not mess him up. and he'll just kick some ass, man. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, throw those Kaimo Pogs out there, dude.
Hey,
I love it.
I gotta say, what I just told you about Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, I learned from Chimera, and that was like me just kind of jumping in. I mean, I'd heard about the game, but I saw him streaming, and El Bandito was like, "Man, you gotta check this out." So I went in there, and man, we ended up talking about Nintendo probably for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
it was very awesome. We talked about a lot of old games. Plus, I really loved a lot of the different boards in the game that you fought in. Like, there was like a Shadow Moses board from Metal Gear Solid, and then there was like one that I was like, "What the heck is that?" And it was like a green screen, and I was like, "Hey, El Bandito, maybe we should do like a Power Hour live, like right inside of this game, while he's like, you guys could probably do that."
yeah, I loved it, dude. That one that's all green screen background.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. But yeah, so like we said, we threw down the link down there, so you guys can go vote now. Obviously, you could wait a little bit. We're going to be tossing that out quite a few times throughout the night. Like I said, you get a little sneak peek at what we're going to be talking about in a bit. But man, are we going to move on to the next game in the Nintendo category?
We are. I'm over here. I just fixed this other little red banner.
Oh, okay.
So that it links to Aurelia's new charity right
there. You go.
So I noticed it was still.
We got to be up to date.
Yeah. So we try to do, professional streamers. We'll just do it right on stream.
We'll do it live.
We could have done it any time between last Monday and now. But yeah, do it live.
We do it live.
But yeah, so Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is pretty awesome, dude. I used to describe this game as like a Mortal Kombat for Nintendo, but it's so beyond that at this point with all the way they do jumping. And I love the descriptions when people say like, "Oh, that guy used like up B and just totally wrecked me."
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, that's cool that they refer to movesets by like the button combinations that do them. So it's super interesting.
Absolutely, man. I'd love to get my hands on it. Mr. Fusion, we're going to have to rock some of this out, man.
No doubt. Look, Life Reboot says, "Where you live, Chimera, my local friends host Smash parties. Would love to play with you." Yeah, we told them the same thing. They have a tournament down here in West Palm Beach, and it's like at a bar. So I'm like, dude, we need to get Chimera down there because you win like $400 or something. So I'm like, we need to get Chimera down there and just have them wreck a bunch of dudes.
Man, me and you, El Bandito, might have to get practicing, so we might be able to join one of these tournaments. Would you guys like to see that? We want to see us join? Get our asses kicked? Probably really hard.
Hell yeah. That's what I was thinking. Man, I mean, like not even half the caliber that I've seen some of these guys play.
Hey, man, you never know till you try. All right, man.
Look, Aurelia says Power Hour. You guys have literally the biggest Smash scene. Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. We'll have to get out there. I know up in Jacksonville they do a huge Smash thing too.
Oh yeah.
So I live in the Great North. You have friends up here, man. I can bring my Switch by sometimes, duders. Yeah, Mr. Fusion.
Ooh,
Speaking of which, we did want to mention, as an extra incentive to get all of you beautiful people out there throwing down some votes for March Madness, because you have to ask yourselves, like, well, what does all the voting mean? First of all, you guys get to pick the Legion of Love's favorite game of 2019. I almost said 2018. Of 2019. So it'll be like the March Madness. We'll be talking about it all year. We'll mention it probably 3 times. But we wanted to give you guys an incentive here. So we decided what would be best for the Power Hour, what would be best for the Legion of Love, all you beautiful people out there, what would be best for the world around us would be to dedicate an entire stream to the game that wins March Madness.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever game you guys vote for, we will be doing an extra long, extra special stream, and we're going to be doing it 100% for charity. We'll be supporting Aurelia's charity, whatever one she's got going on at the time. We're going to plan some stuff out around it. It's going to be pretty huge.
I think we'd almost call it the greatest stream ever. I mean, we might be going a little too far there, but I mean,
I'd say it'd be the greatest stream ever, in my opinion. It'll be like greatest stream ever, IMO.
I love it.
Either way, yes, the more votes we get, the longer we're going to stream, guys. So make sure to get out there, tell your friends, spread the link around, throw it in Messenger, throw it on your Facebooks, on your Twitters, wherever you guys are sharing some stuff, man. Feel free to share that link to our incredibly cheesy voting website thing. But the more votes we get, the longer we're going to stream, and the more we're going to try to raise for an amazing charity, guys. And again, we looked into it, and yeah, all of the 8 games on our list, whatever one wins, we will get our hands on and we will play. So a little bit of incentive for you guys.
Absolutely, man. Well, let's get on to this next game in the Nintendo Switch category.
You got it.
One they're going to be familiar with.
Yeah, you guys might have heard of it, right? Now, okay, I know this isn't technically an exclusive because it came out, I think, on the Wii U as well.
It's still Nintendo.
Well, let's call it a Nintendo exclusive, you know?
Exactly.
So this is The Legend of Zelda, The Breath of the Wild, man. Now, Senior Boy, what can you tell us about this game?
Well, I can tell you, sometimes in the morning I have the Breath of the Wild, but I don't own this game, but actually, Mr. Fusion did let me run around in it for about 2 hours one time. Actually, when we were in the middle of a hurricane, which was actually kind of cool. So we were playing the Song of Storms, you know. All right. But yeah, actually, it's really cool because in this, it kind of goes back to that.
Dude, Chimera says, as a Nintendo fan, we don't talk about the Wii U.
This is true. Yeah, I never owned one. Mr. Fusion did. Throwing you out there.
Oh, man. Just right under the bus right there.
Woo! Nah, he has pride in his Wii U.
No doubt.
I know. At least he didn't just have pride in his Wii. Oh, never mind. But
I knew it. I knew that was coming. You saw my face out there, people. You saw it.
But man, yeah, the Breath of the Wild, it's cool because it kind of goes back to that original formula where it's like you don't have to like do a set number of dungeons. Like the way Mr. Fusion broke it down to me was that you could literally go like right to the last dungeon, and if you have enough skill, you can actually beat the game right then and there, which is kind of wild. They kind of go with that whole like open world philosophy where it's not like, all right, go here in a linear fashion. It's kind of like, hey, go do what you want, make this world kind of your own. And one thing that annoyed me about it is like the weapons break so quickly. Maybe the Master Sword later on is more badass and it don't break. I hope it wouldn't, but I'm just saying. Like I remember when I was playing, I'm beating down this moblin with a stick, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really getting into it, and then it broke. And I'm like, man, all I have this thing is to like fly away now. What am I going to do?
Yeah, but see, now what I've heard about the game was that you can kind of cater it to your own gameplay, where like, yeah, you could run in there and just attack the monsters head on, or if you see like rocks on the top of a hill, you can try to knock them off to smash up their camp, or, like blow up barrels, and use different sort of strategies that can customize it a bit to your gameplay, which I kind of like because I felt like that very much reminded me of like Skyrim. Like Skyrim, you played how you wanted to play. You could be a headhunter, you could dual wield, you could single wield, you could be an archer, you could be a stealth person, you could be a fighter, you could focus on magic. So I like that. I like when games kind of give you a choice in how you want to play it, because it does make you feel like you're getting a bit more of a customized experience.
Because it's Nintendo. Because now you're playing with power. You remember what that was for?
The Power Glove,
you
right?
got it. Ding, ding, ding.
That's going back a ways.
So,
man.
Of course, this game was put out by Nintendo. It was birthed to the world with the Breath of the Wild on March 3rd, a day after my birthday, but in 2017. So 2 years into the past now. But, man, this game is still super hot and a hot seller for the Nintendo Switch.
Absolutely, guys. So that's our number 2 exclusive, man. And let's hope for the first round we didn't pit, and we did this completely random. We used a randomizer to select how we pit all the games together. Walmart Brand Snuff, I saw out there that you said you voted, man. Thank you so much for that, by the way.
Thanks, buddy.
But we're going to throw you some Twitch love there, man.
Throw the love, man.
But, yeah, our first round didn't pair up any 2 games from the same manufacturer, or from the same console.
Yes.
So that was cool.
Random.
But, man, if Zelda and Mario went up head-to-head, boy, that would be a hard choice, man.
Well, Link's pretty tough, man. He might even be in that Smash Brothers, man. But, the Breath of the Wild, I'm sure he's got some special powers or some tools to use. So you guys let us know who would win in Link's challenge.
Mario is basically, dude, he's like the Captain America of Nintendo, because like he's just been around from the beginning,
super
seen all the shit, man, but Zelda's been right there behind him. It's not like he's been a slouch, but when you look at the games that Mario is featured in, like the sheer quantity of it, the guy's a plumber, a doctor, a carpenter, he uses paper. I mean,
jack of all trades.
Wizard,
he shoots fireballs. Fireball.
He can fly with his little raccoon tail.
Yes.
Those are some magical guys.
They are.
All right, well, next up, we're going to be talking about the almighty PlayStation 4, man. So they have got some pretty impressive things in the work over there at PlayStation, especially when it comes to exclusives. Like, I will, as a longtime Xbox fan and user and a lover of Xbox, I am not ashamed to say that, like, they are just completely outclassed when it comes to exclusives. PlayStation is where it's at when it comes to exclusive games, so it was very difficult to narrow this down to just 2 games. To just 2 games that we were going to put up in our March Madness this week. But what we got coming at you here is probably, if not already voted, is probably going to be the game of the year.
All right, let's see it.
God of War.
Oh, man. Man, God of War. Once again, man, we're going kind of classic here, man, but also kind of new as well, because while God of War has been around for a long time, just last year, they came out with a new sequel, and man, now it's not just Kratos running around, kicking ass. Now he's got his son along with him, and man, they're just bashing things all over the place. And I mean, one thing about God of War, I know everyone always kind of took it as like, man, this is the mature game. It's like it had the violence, it had some more of those adult situations in it, and people just love it, man. They love this series, man, and. Unfortunately, I've never really played the God of War series. Have you?
Yes, I played all completely through God of War 2.
Okay.
And that was probably one of the best experiences gaming I ever had. I thought it was just amazing. It was super fun. And I love a game that you can play from end to end and really get so much mythos and so much story out of. But ever since PS2, like, I haven't had my hands on PlayStation stuff, so I haven't got to play any of the other exclusive God of War games. But just watching the trailers for this game, I was blown away. Like, the imagery of it is fantastic, but also that relationship that Kratos has with his son, and the fact that he doesn't tell his son right away in the game from the trailers, right? You can tell. He doesn't tell him that he's a god.
Yeah, He's kind of trying to keep that under the radar for a little bit.
Yeah, but it seems to come to some sort of a head as his son's kind of human form or human side is kind of rejecting or fighting or conflicting with some of the godlike abilities that he has, and they kind of seem like they're questing to kind of overcome that and save his son. And the lessons and morality that Kratos seems to be trying to teach his son is just amazing. And from where the game started, of Kratos' family being killed to him starting a whole new family, just seems like a wonderful journey, and it really makes me want to get a PlayStation to get to experience a lot of what's going on there. Now, Aurelia says she has the God of War Easter egg phone number on speed dial because she smashed so many statues for that shit. She's like, I'm keeping that forever. That is super cool, man. I'm going to have to look that up because, again, it's not having a lot of access to PS4. I'm not 1,000% sure what that is all about, man, but I'm interested in finding out. Treason coming in there. Woo. Hey, guys.
Well, definitely this one was put out by Sony Interactive, and, they put it out on April 20th, 2018. So people were probably real happy.
Wasn't Kratos like from the ashes, bro? And Kratos, yeah, I bet.
From the
on 420 ashes right there.
Man. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that tie 420 to some other terrible things, but we like to think about the good stuff.
Now, look, Chimera says, I know people who have bought the PS4 just for God of War. Now, I believe it because this looks fantastic. But I will tell you, the game that's twisted my arm the hardest, man, maybe it's a personal choice. Maybe you guys won't agree for it being one of the best exclusive games that PS4 has to offer. But, dude, this is going to make me get a PS4. We're talking about Spider-Man.
They knew it was coming. Come on. I mean, I remember when we first saw this premiere at E3, just a trailer. And we were both like, man.
Not for nothing.
I hope that comes out on Xbox.
But when you look at the litany of costumes that Spider-Man's worn over the years, this is definitely top 3. This
awesome.
Is a gorgeous costume that he has here. It's fantastic. And if you guys are so inclined, you can head over to our YouTube page. It's just Power Hour of Love. And you can find last September, we actually did a countdown of the best Spider-Man game on every console, starting with the Atari 2600 and working our way throughout history back and forth in a Tarantino style until we ended up talking about this PS4 game. Just kind of honoring Spider-Man and his legacy in gaming, considering he's been there since the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
So that definitely made me hungry to get this game, man. And I have to say, when you watch trailers and stuff of this, it looks like it does not disappoint.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, just the way he moves, it's kind of like when you saw, Arkham Asylum for the first time, and you were like, this is a game where I get to be Batman. Yeah. This is a game where you get to be Spider-Man. And you get to have the fun stuff, too, of taking the photos. I've seen tons of my friends posting photos of, them just, on a subway, with Spider-Man on his phone. And I'm like, Where is that in the game?
Yeah, he's just taking selfies out there. Hey, look, Demo showed up. Democracy out there. He says he's on his way home, but he's just stopping in to say hi, and you guys are awesome. Feel free to give him a shout-out, Aurelia.
Thank you so much, Demo. You rock, dude.
Heck yeah, thank you, man. It's been a lot of fun getting to game with you the last few weeks, dude, so we appreciate you checking in, my man. But the one thing I really liked about the trailers from the Spider-Man game was that it does add a little bit of that Predator mode from Batman, where you can kind of hide in these rafters and use your webbing very stealth-like to kind of take down enemies and stuff like that. But again, it gives you the ability to hard charge through it, fight guys one-on-one, web them up hand-to-hand, and really be in your face and nitty-gritty with it.
Oh, yeah.
While also at the same time, Spider-Man is saving regular people constantly. You know, and they have added in a lot of features to be able to web civilians out of harm's way.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is super cool. I mean, that's not in a lot of other Spider-Man games. Like, yeah, you can save people, but the ability to web them to safety or to web them to something so that they're safe was like a really cool aspect of the game that I thought was very inventive. But it looks like it has a fantastic story. I think this game looks super good, man, and I'm excited. I hope people upvote this one. Yay. Force me to play it.
Well, man, I was going to say real quick, I know we talked about it back in September when we went through, but remember, like, you know, in the old PS2 Spider-Man 2 game, there's like a bunch of people hanging out of windows being like, help, help. But it's like, it happens like probably like 15 times throughout the game. And you're like, does that happen a lot in New York? People
it's like if you just web around. Well, what was cool was sometimes it was different stuff. Like, it was a guy hanging off like an air conditioner.
Yeah.
Like maybe he was trying to get his air conditioner in the window. But they're definitely like infomercial people.
Yes.
Like, you know, people in infomercials are like, I could never pour the water right. And you're like, damn, this guy's a complete clown. Like, that's how guys are in the Spider-Man 2 video game.
Yeah,
They're just like, I can't put my air conditioner. I'm falling off a building now. So, look at this. Cryptography Shark. That's a cool name.
Oh, yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Guys, can you please react to a cool song? Is it a song of our choice? Now, if you want to drop a link in there, man, drop something not naughty. We're trusting you. You just showed up here. You know?
Absolutely. But maybe on the, you know, towards the end of the show, we might be able to throw something
We'll take
there.
a gamble, because look at that. Yeah. Cryptography Shark sounds like a baller DJ name.
Sure, sure. Absolutely. Well,
I will review it. Thank you, Aurelia.
Well, the Spider-Man game was put out by Insomniac and, of course, PlayStation, and it came out on September 7th of last year. So like we said, our timing for our Spider-Man video game countdown coincided perfectly with that. And yeah, like you said, man, if it ends up being that this is the game we got to play on the greatest stream ever, yeah, like that, I'd be happy with this.
Yeah, you're not going to be twisting my arm too very hard, I can tell you that. But again, if you guys want to get out there and vote, feel free to drop !vote in the chat, and it will drop a link down there. There's also links in the description on YouTube and over there on Facebook, so you guys could check out. That's a no, Power Hour of Love. Okay. Maybe we'll check it out off stream or something, Cryptography Shark.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, though.
Absolutely. No,
but thank you for stopping in, man.
You.
We appreciate it.
Much love. We will definitely check it out offline.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So okay, that's 4. We've talked about 4. And,
yeah, those are your first 4 contenders that are going to be matched up out there. So
why don't we jump into some news, run through some news, and then when we get back, we'll talk about the other 4 and rock and roll.
Sounds like a plan to me. It's almost as though we had this planned in advance. So we're going to jump into the Podunk news. We're going to tell you guys about the wacky, wild stuff going on in your beautiful Podunk world.
Woo!
Podunk News.
I love that shit.
Yes, Cryptography Shark. Thank you for sending us something funny, man. We do keep it pretty PG around here. We cuss a little bit, but yeah, we'll take a look at that, man. We'll let you know what's up. But please, you're welcome to hang out and hang with us, dude. We appreciate you checking in either way.
Absolutely. No disrespect. We will absolutely check it out right after the show.
All right, but coming up in the news this week, let's see what we got. We're going to start off right here with our top stories.
All right, let's see what we got.
I should make a little sound for that, right? Should I have like a look? See, you did the same thing.
A little jingle.
We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to get a
little. People like that.
DJ Napalm liked Cryptography Sharks.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
All right. First up, man, we are gonna talk about a little bit of negative news, dude. We're gonna talk about Ronda Rousey out here, man. We don't know what she's doing. Now, this could be a turn. It could be kind of a curveball that they're throwing, kind of scripting her out as a bad guy. But apparently, Ronda Rousey wanted to go on her own personal YouTube show and just absolutely trash the WWE, her opponent Becky Lynch, and talk a bunch of mad game.
The fans.
Yeah, the fans. Go ahead, Senior Paul. What do you got for us?
Well, she's definitely blurring the lines of kayfabe, which of course is the belief that everything that happens inside the wrestling ring is real.
Right.
And yeah, even as super fans of wrestling, we do understand it is a
it's
scripted,
real to me, damn it.
Exactly. We'll just leave it at that. But Ronda, like you said, did go to her YouTube page, and she made this video where she pretty much said, F the wrestling world, F the fans, F the WWE universe. And, it just was kind of like...
She's like, the promo I cut wasn't what they told me to cut. They gave me a bunch of other crap to say, but I wasn't going to say that, and I told them like it was. And she's like, yeah, nobody could actually take me on. None of those wrestlers out there could, because, I'm a real... UCF champ, or UFC? Is it
UFC? Yes,
yeah.
You got it,
UCF
buddy.
champ, because she's kicking ass in Florida.
In the Florida.
Yeah.
Well,
but
yeah, like you were saying, man, this could be a total work. We know she's going to be at WrestleMania taking on Becky Lynch and Charlotte, so it's going to be like a triple threat. But what I got to say, man, is no matter what, even if they got the biggest female heel to fight Ronda Rousey right now, they would be a babyface.
Yeah.
Because she's got so much heat right now, which I kind of love. I think it's kind of, I think it's good that they're kind of shaking it up a little bit.
No, it's definitely cool. But again, when you're bordering that hard on kayfabe, it's the sort of thing that's weird to me, because we obviously know that when she's like roughhousing with Becky Lynch there at the end of the thing last week, you're like, she didn't sock her in the face even once.
Yeah.
Like if Ronda Rousey wanted to bloody your face up, she'd do it in 30 seconds and you'd have no idea what hit you. And I understand Becky Lynch is a formidable opponent as well. She'd probably kick the crap out of any of us in seconds. But by the same token, if she's completely unaware, she's going to get her face banged up. And she didn't at all. So that's like, okay, so that's a work. That's fake. She wasn't really trying to hurt her, because if she was, she would have. So it's a little bit weird all the way around, but either way, the fact that she's like, wrestling's fake and blah blah blah, you're just like, okay, dude, that's kind of
it's disrespectful.
Yeah, it's just pushing it a bit too far in my taste.
And we do know that when she first came out, she said she was a big Roddy Piper fan, and she came out dressed like the Hot Rod and stuff like that. So I think she does really have a love for wrestling. But we do know also that she's planning on kind of making her exit after WrestleMania. So what better than to make her the biggest bad guy? Woo! There we go.
Oh, Mr. Shark right there. Thank you so much,
buddy. What better than make her the biggest heel and then have like Becky Lynch, not Charlotte. Charlotte's held the title. Let Becky get in there and beat the crap out of her. Well, you know what I mean. Kayfabe beat the crap out of her.
DJ Napalm said I'd dig it as well.
There you go.
Dude, I do not blame you. Becky Lynch is freaking smoking, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of glad she lost a lot of the steampunk stuff, because it was covering up too much of her. But Cryptography Shark, thank you so much for that follow, dude. We're going to throw you some Twitch love right there.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it, my dude. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And Sherry's hanging out with us over on Facebook, too. Oh. And she says, hey, I thought her name was pronounced Rousey. And I'm like, nah, it's pronounced lousy tonight.
We'll see after WrestleMania if she can redeem herself. If she
but
puts on a good show.
You brought up an excellent point that probably the what's going down here is that they're trying to mash that up so that she can leave kind of as a heel and a bad guy and put someone else over.
Exactly. The
so
classic.
That's a good point.
The classic handshake in wrestling, happened with Andre and Hogan, happened with The Rock and Hogan, and eventually The Rock and John Cena. So it's just that classic thing. And the women now in the WWE, they are just as good as the men.
They're hopping, man.
They're doing a great job. So
no doubt.
Very, very excited to see. But we're over here marking out, and I'm sure like Ori's like, oh, more babies and feet.
Wrestling stuff. Let's go. You guys only have an hour. Bishop, thank you for joining us. I see you out there, dude. He yeeted for us out there. I love it. All right. So next up, we have the guardian of the squad out here. Babies and feet.
Babies and feet, you got it. Well, James Gunn, his soft reboot of Suicide Squad. So I guess I don't want to completely call it like, oh, this is a complete reboot, but continues to develop. Will Smith is now out of the project.
Yep.
But Idris Elba, most known for being in Heimdall. Heimdall, yep. And
in Thor and number of other things.
Oh, absolutely. Great actor. He's going to fill the role of Deadshot.
That's
so I think
dope.
that's very awesome. They also are going to be adding Polka Dot Man and King Shark to the roster, which I think King Shark's awesome. So that would be really cool to see on the big screen. The working title is El Dorado, which goes with the mythical city of gold. So we'll have to see how that fits in.
Yeah, what's interesting is in the the new volume of Suicide Squad that first introduced kind of Harley Quinn and Deadshot as kind of the main cast that came out a few years ago. The second story that they did in the second graphic novel was about them going to a South American country.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if there's some relationship there. But again, that storyline heavily pushed the Joker coming back into and pulling Harley Quinn out of the Suicide Squad. So that was kind of in the first movie already. So hopefully this is a completely different direction. And they're only calling it El Dorado because they think that James Gunn's going to lead them to a city's worth of gold at the box office. Because that dude makes some baller movies. Of course, we best know him as the director and spearhead of both Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2.
Tromeo and Juliet.
Yes, and Tromeo and Juliet for all of the Troma fans out there.
And Slither. That was a real creepy
It
one.
won't be the same without Will Smith. I think he had such potential to be a great Deadshot, but the movie was so bad, it was just irredeemable.
I think Idris Elba will have less of that. I think Will Smith has a lot of active voice in what he does on screen and what he says. I think Idris Elba will be more like, tell me what to do, James.
Well, what's funny is I don't know how best to phrase this because I don't want to come off as sounding weird, but he's the Fresh Prince, So he always has a little bit more street cred than the average person. But Deadshot in the comics was not from the street. He was a very classy, upper crust dude. He hunted people because he liked money and fine things.
His name was Floyd.
Yeah, he wasn't hard, So that always kind of was weird to me. He always came off as more of a James Bondish type, which I think Idris Elba really captures.
I think it's going to be cool to see what James Gunn does. I like you said. I think them thinking Gunn in the driver's seat. Yeah, that'll probably do good. So we'll have to see. But we got some more. Actually, I think we got some more comic news going on.
We do.
Here.
We've got some more Harley Quinn news coming up here at us, right? Now, Kaylee Kuko, you best know her from The Big Bang Theory and stuff like that. She's going to be voicing Harley Quinn in the brand new animated series titled Harley Quinn. That's coming to the DC Universe's online service, right? So that's their DC Universe, I think they call it.
Yep.
And that show has picked a Joker and has announced who the Joker is going to be portrayed by in this animated series that should be coming out later this year. It's none other, right?
Who is it?
Oh.
Who is it?
It's Alan Tudyk.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, you know this guy. He's in Firefly. He plays Wash in Firefly.
Yeah.
He plays Watt in A Knight's Tale.
Oh, that's right. That's the other movie I knew him from.
And of course, he's Tucker in Tucker and Dale versus Evil, the best horror movie of all time, next to Evil Dead.
Evil Dead 2.
Next to the Evil Dead franchise.
Yeah, there you go. We can agree on that one.
Yeah. But so I think he's a good pick for the Joker. He seems like kind of a wacky dude. He has some really great vocal range, which I like, from being very, and then back down to him.
Be very interesting to see. Very, very interesting picks right there. I'm going to have to order that DC Universe.
And I thought you'd appreciate it because when the DC Universe goes with the Joker, they go with two dicks.
Yes, yes. Very good. I dig it.
All right, moving on. Keeping it PG here.
PG.
No, this is definitely keeping it PG. Brian Pulido's new Kickstarter, Lady Death Scorched Earth #1, has just launched. And is it getting close to its goal, Senior Ball?
Close to its goal? Well, kinda. Just to kind of fill you guys in, this comic launched with the set goal that they wanted to make of $15,000. In one day, we're going to say it again, they made over $200,000 of not donations of pledges, you know, to the Kickstarter. Now
$200,000 worth of comics. You know, it's not like comics are $150 a piece, you know?
Yes.
I mean, these are $10, $15 pledges at a time. Some people, of course, buying more expensive packages that comes with original artwork or autographed pieces and things like that. But when you talk about most of these Kickstarter campaigns, having digital copies of these books for as little as $3 sometimes, it's amazing to think that in a single day, Brian Polito's campaign has earned over $200,000 worth of pledges, man. So obviously he's been doing the right thing with Lady Death since we were kids.
Oh, man, we had the honor of meeting Brian one time at MegaCon. Very nice dude.
Guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, he sat there and we were telling him about a project we were working on.
Yep.
He listened. He gave us some feedback. He wished us good luck. And I bought an awesome actually, you bought me a birthday present. Yeah. He got me an Evil Ernie comic, one that I didn't have. I used to love the Chaos comics. They were so good. But this is actually being put out by Coffin Comics, which I guess is the new label that Brian's putting all of his work out from. And what was so cool, man, is I love this. I know it's right up our alley. They actually live streamed the launch party.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that office? Did you get to watch any of it?
Yeah, I did. And I was so impressed with their office that I had to shut it off. But making $200,000 in a day, I guess you could rent some space. You know what I mean?
This is true. It looked awesome.
It was fantastic. Gorgeous stuff. I mean, those guys have worked really hard and been putting out stories for decades. So to see the success that they have and to be as humble as they are, we had to give them a plug, man. If you're a Lady Death fan, you might want to get out there and back this Kickstarter campaign. It's still going on right now.
Yeah, it's like 20 more days. You can make another $200,000.
So if you want to get out there. But let me take a moment real quick to throw down this Twitch love for our beautiful chat out there, man. J-Dog showed up, and we got, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's just a ton of people out there being like, hey, J-Dog, what's up, man? I love it. I love it.
Communal effort, man.
I know.
Yeah.
And all the hellos right back, man. You guys are the best out there. I love this chat.
Man,
I'm excited to be a part of it.
Man, we're bigger fans of the Legion of Love, man. We're you know, and it's kind of cool, man, because like you said, man, you guys come back every week and hang out with us for an hour plus, and everybody kind of is always so cool, man, and it's all about the love, and that's why we keep putting it out for you guys.
No doubt. We appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for popping in, J-Dog, and hello to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
All right, moving on. We're going to be talking about some local love. That's right. This is something going on in our beautiful backyard here in Florida where you just might catch the Power Hour of Love at. So if you're in the area, stop by this event and see if you can spot us.
All right, let's see what it is. Oh, by the luck of the Irish, man. We're going to, oh, man. You know there's going to be a lot of partying going on down here, man.
This is the best. Come meet the Power Hour of Love. We're not going to remember it.
Because we're talking about the St. Patty's Day block party at the 2nd Street Bistro and Sailfish Brewery.
Yes.
Now, this is located in Fort Pierce, Florida, and these two establishments are within walking distance of each other, which is a good thing. We don't want people partying the way they do on St. Patty's Day and getting behind the vehicle. But, yeah, you can go between the establishments. And, man, they're going to have all kinds of cool stuff. We're talking corned beef sandwiches, bagpipe players, fun for the entire family. So they're trying to tie it in there. I'm sure they'll probably have a bounce house or something like that for the little guys.
That would be the best, to have a St. Patrick's Day bounce house. I feel like you just get ripped and go in there with a bunch of kids, drop elbows.
We'll have our own WrestleMania. Ooh, watch out, Gene. But, man, yeah, they're going to have green beer. They're going to have live music just the way they do it down there. And, yeah, it should be an awesome time. It's starting up at 1 p.m. and going till midnight.
Absolutely, guys. So that's going to be a super big blast. But we do want to remind you guys, drink responsibly out there. Have fun on your St. Patrick's Day. Make sure to celebrate it. Have a good time.
You better be back here next week.
Yes.
Exactly.
But be safe. The actual St. Patrick's Day is Sunday, the 17th.
Yes.
So hopefully by the time you guys are getting up around 6 or 7 on Monday, you'll be able to come check in with the Power Hour.
Absolutely.
DJ Napalm says he thinks Wednesday night will be his first appearance on Twitch. Oh, man.
Man.
And he's got the war cry out there, dude. I love it, dude. If you're going to be streaming on Wednesday night, man, we're going to link up. We're going to talk about it because
yeah.
we may just host you Wednesday night.
Oh, that would be pretty awesome,
Yeah.
man. Been waiting for DJ Napalm to get out there
No doubt.
and show us those skills, man. He told us that he spins records of all different types of music, man. Rock, EDM, rap, man, everything. So you guys don't want to miss that. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be live.
Absolutely. Aurelia, if you want to give him a shout out, that would be fantastic, and I appreciate it so much. And of course, we're going to plan on linking up there, man, and figuring something out so we can all talk about it. I think it was Spooky Butt. Was Spooky Butt the one who said that we should all just have a giant multi-stream?
Yes.
So that we can all be dancing?
That might have to be pinned as the greatest stream ever.
Yeah. So that would be pretty sick, man. So it should be fun. But we got just a little bit more news for you guys. We've got the headlines. Of course, this is the rapid fire segment of the news where we just give you guys the headlines of some of the hottest stories out there that are so big you probably heard of them already. So let's get back to our exclusives here in just a moment. But we're going to buzz through some headlines. First up, we're talking about WrestleMania. What do you got in your bowl?
Oh, yeah. Don't get too scared, Ari, man. This is going to be a quick one. WrestleMania 36 next year, not this year, has been... Then the announcement has been made of its location. It's going to be happening right here in Florida, in Tampa.
Ooh,
we
nice.
gotta go.
Nice. Yes, that sounds good. J-Dog, yes. Follow DJ Napalm. Anyone out there in chat who hasn't followed him already, it's a good idea to go and throw him a follow so we don't miss his debut stream. It should be pretty rocking.
Oh, yeah.
All right, next up, we're talking about the Thunder.
Oh, yeah, man. Jushin Thunder Liger. If you guys aren't familiar with him and you're a wrestling fan, go jump on YouTube after the show and look up some videos. If you love Sabu and a lot of Rey Mysterio and a lot of those other high flyers, Jushin Thunder Liger is one of the original, and it was just announced that this is going to be his retirement year. So for the next 10 months, he's going to be making appearances, but after that, he's done.
All right. Next up, we're talking about Fallout Pen and Paper Edition. That's right. It's been released that Fallout will get its very own RPG due out next year, 2020. So it should be super exciting to play some pen and paper games in that universe.
You're going to have to stream that.
Because it can't lag. It won't be all messed up. It'll just work right out of the box.
Pen and paper.
Pen
and paper never changes.
We're going to play 76 again. Pen and paper never changes. I'm so sorry I talked over that. That was a great
That's
joke.
okay. You got it. I'm sure the Legion got it.
All right, next up, Article 13, man. It is not so lucky. This is being voted on over there in the EU. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it has to do a lot with copyright stuff. That's going to affect a lot of us here on Twitch and YouTube. This already passed some sort of popular vote over there. Not that I'm 1,000% sure on how their government structure works, but this is dangerously close to becoming a law where they will copyright things like memes, which is like insane. But it will make it very difficult for all of us to stream even images like this one of the CEO of Twitch because it's a copyrighted photo someone took.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how this works out. But if you're in the EU and have the opportunity to downvote this one, feel free to take out Article 13 because it's not so lucky.
Nah.
All right, and last but not least, who watches The Road to the Watchmen? So DC Comics has decided to repackage a bunch of the original comics that featured characters that were the inspiration for the Watchmen characters, such as the Blue Beetle and the Question, and also early books that Alan Moore worked on that they felt was a precursor to him creating the iconic Watchmen comic book. Of course, this comes as a preview to the HBO series that will be launching later this year, Watchmen.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat, like you said, because he did take a lot of inspiration for those characters. So, yeah,
so it's definitely pretty cool. And if you've never checked out the Blue Beetle or the Question, they're really like kind of B superheroes that are a super ton of fun. The Question is just a regular guy who has no face, but he's a master conspiracy theorist. Once linking Cadmus, the agency helmed by Amanda Waller that stole parts of Supergirl's hair and cloned her to make an evil Supergirl to the Girl Scouts. So he can make some connections, man,
Absolutely.
So it's a fun series. And Blue Beetle and Booster Gold are just an iconic duo of super funny superheroes who have tech that's kind of way beyond their capacity to rationally use. So they get into a bunch of hijinks, and it's super fun. Imagine, like, if someone just gave you everything Batman had. That's...
It kind of makes me think if you and I
were
were superheroes.
Yeah, this is what we'd be doing. Just clowning around.
If we could be heroes just for one day.
Just for one day. All right, but just for one day, we're going to be telling you guys about the rest of March Madness. and the rest of the contenders in our 8-man bracket this week, where we need you guys to head out there with the exclamation point vote down in chat. You can head over to our survey page, click a couple of quick back and forth, choose between your favorite, use whatever criteria you really so choose.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear a little bit more about each game before you make your decision, stick around, because we're going to jump into the studio and tell you all about the remaining contenders we've got in March Madness.
Let's do it. Man, I'm so glad for the next couple of weeks we get to hear that some more.
Yeah,
it always
love
gets
that.
me, always gets me jamming.
That's
man.
a hype
I love
song, man. You guys knew I was going to throw the hotness again at you, right? You knew I was going to. All right, so next up, man, we're talking about our March Madness. Of course, this is our bracket series. We're going to be doing it throughout the month of March. So this week we're narrowing down our 8 contenders down to 4, or not down to down to 4, and then down to 2, and then down to 1.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's math stuff. You guys know how it goes. Just show up each week and vote in the continuing segments of the poll, and it should be super fun. This week we have 8 contenders, primarily exclusives, with a couple of wild cards thrown in here at the end that are going to be a super ton of fun.
And a new challenger appears.
Chimera, thank you for dropping that vote out there. Make sure to make your vote count. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Xbox exclusives that we have added to March Madness. So first up, we can't not put in the Halo series.
Oh, man. You know, I have to say I was a little bit of a late bloomer for Master Chief and all of his games. But, man, now that I've played them, I absolutely adore them. I was a huge Doom fan back in the day. And I think, aside from, like, the newest rendition of Doom, that Halo was, like, the, like, FPS that I was always looking for after playing Doom, you know? But, yeah, it's so great with the vehicle combat and stuff. But, yeah, Master Chief, what a badass.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, he's the iconic, like, go-to exclusive when you think of Xbox. Everyone immediately thinks Master Chief. You think Halo. I mean, we all have our Windows 10 PCs with Cortana, thanks to Halo. You know, so it's just had so much influence on everyone's life, whether you knew it or not. Because I didn't know Cortana was from Halo till like 2 weeks ago, and I totally got ripped on by my friends. Yay! But it's all good. I love them either way. Astro's out there like math could be tough, dude. I feel you, Kappa.
Well,
DJ Napalm voted. There you go. Some vote love right there.
Well, you know, we did pin, you know, Halo 5, the most recent game, on our list. Now, we understand that this might not be your favorite Halo, but you're also, you know, embodying the spirit of Halo.
Yeah, the series itself. You know, if you want to quantify this as the Master Chief Collection, that's fine.
Sure.
But we did want to just kind of pin it down to one game in every category.
So this was released by 343, which I know immediately, like, people are like, I love the Bungie ones from back in the day. And Microsoft, you know, 343 has been developing the last few games since Bungie went off and did their thing. And it was released on October 27th, 2005. So, man, I can't believe this game's already 4 years old. I know we're expecting a new Halo sometime soon. But, man, this is, you know, like I said, I still had a lot of fun running through this game. Like I said, of course, some of the earlier ones are more favored. But it was still a lot of fun, I thought.
Oh, absolutely, man. I've got to get my hands on the Master Chief Collection so I can replay some of the older games.
So good.
Yeah, because, like, I never actually finished, like, Halo 2. I didn't finish it. So.
Oh, you gotta get through. Like, actually, those first 3 games are like a trilogy. So, you know, you gotta find out that whole story.
I know. It's the time.
The flood is freaking terrifying.
I have to say, I love when people are commenting about Halo. Every time I see Halo written, the same thing always goes through my head.
What's that?
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
So good, man. So good. All right,
Absolutely.
so who's next
so we
on
got
our
a little bit of
Xbox?
Halo love, right? But we got to be talking about some Sea of Thieves, man.
Arr.
Now, this game, of course, is compatible on both PC and on Xbox, and is cross-play compatible. So super, super, super cool. I absolutely love that feature, to be able that I can play on both my PC and Xbox with different friends who may have either or primarily use either. So it's a super ton of fun. And the game itself, I love it. I absolutely love it.
I love watching you guys play it. Like, you've shown me a couple of your videos, and I think that's freaking hilarious. I know you're like, oh, man, that was like when I didn't really know what I was doing, but I'm like, it's so kind of neat to watch. You kind of go through and just figure these things out, because it isn't just like a regular MMO where it's just like, all right, go here and fight this stuff, right?
Yeah, no, it's really cool because every time you boot up the game, you're kind of starting fresh again.
Okay.
You know, so you have to refill your ship with loot, then you go out, you get some new voyages and some new quests, and you go out looking for adventure every single time. You do get to keep your money and equipment that like is personal each round or each time you sign back in, but you can't take like a quest with you. So if you're in the middle of doing a voyage or something, you kind of have to stop and restart it next time. But the really cool thing about it is that so many games nowadays have so much lore and so much involved with the story that it's like really hard to get back to them if you take a break for a little while, a few weeks off, a few months off, if things get really hectic for you. And then it's just difficult to get back to playing something, and you're like trying to remember, okay, what was I doing? Where was I going? And now I blew this quest because I forgot it was this other guy, and I had a choice between two. So I love that this is the kind of game that you can sit down to at any moment and just start a fresh new game and have the opportunity to get the same amount of riches as you would any other night.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I definitely dig that. If I was to jump into this, I'd have to, take on that spirit of Guybrush Threepwood and try to be a pirate like that, which means I would probably fail a lot, but it's okay.
You fail a lot.
That's a lot of fun. Sometimes, hey, that's how you learn. Well, this game was put out by Rare. If that name sounds familiar, which it should, they definitely were known for, the old Donkey Kong Country series and a bunch of other
Banjo-Kazooie. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Super classic.
And definitely it came out on March 20th, 2018. So it's just about a year old. But from what you've been telling me, the latest update really kicks this game in gear, right?
Dude, absolutely. It's put in so much stuff since it started that this game has become one of the top 10 streamed games on Twitch almost daily.
There you go.
So it is really a lot of fun. There are cursed ships that sail the seas filled with skeleton crews that attack you, so that's a super ton of fun. There's a lot of PvP action. There's legendary pirate quests and Athena quests that you can do that are like way high level, so there's tons of level progression. And in some of the other things I've seen is they've have like megalodons and krakens and just so much fun stuff. Now, DJ Napalm says, if you guys want to play Halo 5, we will have to connect. I absolutely love it.
There you go.
Rich says, I left out part of the monologue. I know, we only have an hour, man. Mr. Fusion says, one of my favorites, I love CBFD. What is CBFD? I don't know.
You might have to
spell that one out.
Yeah, I like that octopus over there.
Yeah, Rich got us at the octopus, man. I think that's a squid. It's a squid.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's see, awesome. Chimera. The cool thing about Sea of Thieves is that you and your friends make the story. And you can always look back and say, hey, remember that time we took on that ghost ship? Things like that make it so wonderful. Absolutely, man. Chimera, if you've been jumping on that game lately, we should definitely link up so we could play together. I do want to shout out a couple of people real quick, though. Of course, Wormwood, who threw us that awesome big fatty host earlier, is a huge advocate of Sea of Thieves. I first watched the game over on his stream and had a great time watching him go through and be a pirate and kind of figure out navigating the seven seas himself. Was a super ton of fun. But if you guys want to check out his VOD, head over to his page, throw him a follow, check out his VOD Saturday night. He actually linked up with the old Bandito himself.
Oh, okay.
We took on the Seven Seas with Right Frenzy and went out there and had a heck of a night, pillaging, plundering, and having a super ton of fun. So we're definitely going to try to link up with Wormwood in the future to play some Sea of Thieves, maybe here on our game night as well, and maybe over on his channel as well. So get over there, throw him a follow, check him out. You guys are going to love it. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to throw him a shout out real quick down here.
Oh, man. So if 2 nights with the Power Hour wasn't enough, man, there you go. We make, sporadic appearances out there in the Twitch world, and I just love it, man. And like I said, when I think of this Sea of Thieves game, man, I think about the old Garfield Halloween special where he went looking for booty, and then he had like a ghost ship actually showed up and scared him. Like, that's probably how I'd act if I was playing Sea of Thieves. I'd probably run away from those ghosts.
Well, one other shout-out we got to give is to Spooky Butt, who's another big Sea of Thieves fanatic out there, and I know that we have plans in the works for me and her to hook up and play some Sea of Thieves right here on our game night, man. So that should probably be in another week or so. We'll keep you guys posted on that. And it should be a super ton of fun. We're going to pirate it up, hit the 7 Seas for the first time on the Power Hour, man, and have a blasty. And we may just invite Mr. Wormwood to join us.
Ahoy, mateys.
We may just have to.
You guys got to talk like that, man. You gotta talk.
We do.
Yeah,
we hit the 7 Seas.
Yeah, that would make it very awesome.
I got me one of those big Barbosa hats in game too, like a big red hat. So it's super dope. It's super dope. Aurelia, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
What's become of my ship?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I like to say. But it's cool when you get to sail around, trim the sails, use all your nautical talk. Tell people the island will be coming up on the port side, Mr. Crockett.
Exactly.
Now, Mr. Cotton's parrot, tell us.
Let me ask you though, man. What's that dastardly torture method that they used to drag the people under the ship?
Oh yeah.
What, can you do that in the game, or is that?
I don't think you could do that.
It
no.
seems more like kind of cartoony and fun.
Yeah. It's sort of a pleasant game. You can lock each other in the brig.
Okay.
Like your crew can vote and put someone in the brig for a little while, so that's fun. They do have a plank. You can't really make someone walk it, but there's a plank there. But yeah, you drive around, you ram other ships, you shoot at them, you broadside them, you get into all sorts of adventures, tons of cool PvP action. It's an absolute blast. Keel hauling. Thank you, Rich. That is the name of it.
Dude, that
yes.
I remember reading about that in old books and stuff, and I was like, that just sounds horrible. And then there was I think that show Black Sails, they actually did that to somebody because they wanted to be like Pirates, Game of Thrones, and man, I just was like, oh, dude, this is disgusting, man. It's so dragging across the bar. Okay, we can't. Yeah, let's see. It's not the.
Yes, Aurelia said it best down here. She says, "Yay, we love her." Yeah, Spooky Butt's great, man. She's a super ton of fun. She also plays some Overwatch over there, which is a blast with some other really cool folks. But if you check out her stream, she's over in the UK streaming from out there. So if you're up a little late or a little early, she might be the stream that you guys get to catch.
Oh yeah, man. We got some more games to talk about, right?
We do. Last but not least, we've got the wild cards here on March Madness, which is kind of the fun little games we wanted to throw in here at the end, talk about a little bit right here at the end. Thank all you beautiful people for hanging out with us, man, sticking it through. We know we started a little late tonight, but we appreciate it so much. Walmart Brand Snuff, you got to head out. We appreciate you hanging in while you could.
Thank you so much.
And make sure, ! Vote, to throw us some votes out there. We know Walmart did. We know DJ did. Anybody else who could get over there and throw some votes. The more votes we get, the longer we're going to stream in our big-time charity stream for the winner of our March Madness 2019 video game edition.
But man, we got to talk about these free agents over here.
So we decided, in thinking about the big 8 that we wanted to put on our March Madness, that one thing we would do was include 2 games that weren't exclusive to see if maybe you guys perhaps liked that idea better. Do you like it better when you can play a game on any system, on any console, on anything? So we wanted to throw in 2 games that you could do just that. First up, of course, Skyrim.
How could it not be on the list for games you can play everywhere? Because where can you play this out, Bandito?
You can play this on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. You can play it in all sorts of places. One of my absolute favorite, of course, being Alexa.
You thought it was a joke? You thought they were kidding? No, it's real.
It is. It's absolutely 100% real. I don't know, dude. Did you want to get it?
Oh, man.
It's right around the corner there.
All right, I'll go try to grab it. All right, I'll be right back.
We'll play some Alexa live on the show, some Alexa Skyrim. For any of you beautiful people who haven't seen this yet, Alexa, play Despacito. Thank you for that. That was an Ori stream last weekend. She shouted that out and turned on my Alexa in the other room. All right, we'll see if Senior Bowl gets back here with our Alexa so that we can rock some Skyrim, because it's actually a super ton of fun. Like, they made a big joke about it during E3 last year, where they had is it Key from Key and Peele? I can't think of his first name, but yeah, he was the one who was in the commercial, and he's playing Alexa in the commercial, and nobody realized that that was actually a thing, that you can actually play Skyrim on it. I hear stuff banging around over there. I feel bad. I just sent him in blind to go and grab it. But the game actually plays like a choose your own adventure story where you walk through and tell Alexa different things, and she starts to tell you different stuff as you're moving along, like kind of explaining to you what's yeah, really, I think he is. I think he's breaking stuff. I have it right next to like a pot that's in a little vase, so now I'm nervous. But but the game does respond back to you in that sort of manner of saying like, oh, this is what's going on. This is what's next. Here we go. Here's some Alexa action.
I have to find a...
Yeah, we got an outlet right over here. Oh, it's a funky shaped plug too. That's great. I'm sure that's not going to give us any problems.
I felt like that was like the physical challenge.
It's like one plug. I don't know what happened.
Well, there's like a giant toaster oven right there, so I'm like trying to work around that.
I think this is what I'm going to use next time. Like we can't make it, like one of us can't make it to the show. Rather than canceling stream, we'll just do the whole stream with Alexa.
There you go.
All right, she's going to take a minute to wake up, but we'll talk a bit more about Skyrim. So I'm screaming. So Skyrim, of course, originally came out for like the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and then got ported over into the Legendary editions on Xbox One and PS4. And I think the PS4 ones even actually run in 4K.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about these, and one category that we felt bad having to exclude, but we could only use 8 contenders, is that Skyrim plays in VR. So you can actually play Skyrim in virtual reality, which is super cool. And you kind of see your hands and go around and play through the whole game like that. And that's something I would definitely love to check out. And if you're a fan of VR and want to know a little bit more about it, make sure to check out Aurelia's page out there. She can put that ! mod to let everyone find a link to her channel where she streams Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And she streams 100% for charity. Usually rocking some cool VR, playing some Beat Saber or something like that, where she just installed her new Darth Maul mode, where she uses a single dual-sided lightsaber to play Beat Saber, which is super cool. But also, as a charity streamer, she streams all weekend and all month of March in honor of the 8-Bit Salute, which is part of Operation Supply Drop, and they're getting video games in the hands of our downrange troops deployed overseas and recovering in hospitals around the world. So it's a wonderful charity, and she puts on a hell of a stream. It's a lot of fun, and you
Always
can get out
a good
there
time.
and check it out. I don't know why I didn't do the promo while Senior Bowl is gone. I should have done that. That was a great time filler.
Hey, well, it's okay. While we're waiting for Alexa, we'll tell a little bit about, Skyrim. Oh, look, she's ready.
I think she's ready to go.
Oh, she's ready?
glowing.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
I don't know that one.
All right,
Can you
here we go.
guys hear Alexa okay? Do I have to pick her up here? Alexa, tell us a joke.
What's a pirate's favorite exercise? The plank.
What's a pirate's favorite exercise? A plank. Did you guys hear that okay? So give me a 1 in the chat if that sounded fine, and then we'll play some Skyrim.
Well, real quick, Bethesda GameWorks and Softworks and Bethesda Game Studio put out Skyrim, and it was originally released on November 11th, 2011.
2011, still hanging in there strong. All right, we're going to
Absolutely.
crank her up. Oh, come on. You guys got to hear that now. Alexa, tell us a joke.
Why was the blanket arrested? Because it looked quilty.
There you go.
Why was the blanket arrested?
Because it looked quilty.
Because it looked quilty. I don't know.
I guess maybe not.
I'm just going to hold it right here. I'm going to hold it right here next to me. I'm going to make love to this Alexa.
There you go.
We can hear her. Okay, cool. I'm gonna watch my stats over there. I'll keep my mouth shut. Alexa, play Skyrim.
Welcome back to Skyrim, adventurer. You scroll through your journal menu for a refresher on your quest. Ah, yes. You promised to help the people of the Foggy Dock by clearing the nearby forest of evil. You were about to decide where to go. There are 2 ways forward, a foggy deadwood grove and a steep hill. Which do you choose?
Steep hill.
You move deeper into the forest. You crouch behind a fallen tree and survey the scene. A bandit leaps out in front of you. He won't let you leave without a fight. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Fusrado.
You can attack with weapon,
Oh,
cast
come
spell,
on. Shout.
use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Shout.
Let it all
Fusro.
out.
Your mighty Thum crashes into your foe. The bandit swings his weapon at you. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
Attack with weapon.
Your dagger pierces the bandit. Your attack was not very effective. The bandit swings at you, but misses. What would you like to do?
Attack with weapon.
Your dagger slices into the bandit.
Oh,
He
yeah.
cries out and expires.
Ah.
He died as he lived. Or something like that. You are victorious. Your health is at 68. There are 2 paths before you, a undisturbed glade and a barren hill. Which do you choose?
The barren hill.
You move deeper into the forest. The smell of rotting leaves fills the air. You hear clicking. That rock is actually a mud crab. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
All right, guys, it's your choice. What do we do? Attack with weapon. Oh, I said attack. Damn, I didn't hear that now.
She's still
You
thinking.
can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Alexa, use Thunderbolt.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee.
Cast,
What would you like to do?
cast spell.
Your frostbite stings the mud crab. You stare at the frozen statue before you, greatly impressed with yourself. You survived the battle. Your health is at 68.
Oh,
Your
baby.
magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic skill has increased to level 3. There are 2 ways forward, a misty trail and a thickly wooded footpath. Which do you choose?
What do you guys think?
There
Demo,
are
thanks
2
for
ways
joining us.
forward, a misty trail and a thickly wooded footpath. Which do you choose?
We're doing good. We're playing Skyrim right now. So what do you guys think? First person
There
to
are
drop.
2 ways forward, a misty trail and a thickly wooded footpath. Which do you choose?
You guys heard the choices. What do you think? We'll take.
There are 2 ways forward, a misty trail and a thickly wooded footpath. Which do you choose? There are 2 ways forward, a misty
Oh,
trail and
misty.
a thickly wooded footpath. Which
Are-
do you choose?
Misty Trail.
You move deeper into the forest. You enter what appears to be a recently abandoned camp. There's trouble ahead. You wish you brought a companion. You hear heavy clacking noises. A giant mud crab snaps its claws menacingly. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Hey, is that Juthode out there in chat? I'm not sure how to say your name, bud, but thank you. We're glad you love March Madness. We're doing the March Madness right now, video game edition, and we just got to Skyrim that we're playing on the Alexa.
We got-
Cast spell.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout,
I said
or flee.
cast spell.
What would you like to do?
This is why they named it Alexa, because she doesn't listen. Cast spell.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout.
Now she's
or
just like,
flee. What
screw
would you. Like to
you.
do?
Use shout.
Foos row. Your mighty Thum crashes into your foe. Your foe has some resistance to that attack. Your Thum grows mighty. Your shout skill has increased to level 4. The giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
I love it when my Thum grows mighty. Shout.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use
No
shout, or
patience,
flee.
Alexa.
What would
Jeez.
you like to do?
Shout.
Foos row. Unrelenting force smashes into your foe. Your foe is resistant to this type
Oh,
of attack.
It's
The
resistant.
giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers. You take 10 damage. What would you like to do?
Cast spell.
Your sparks zap the giant mud crab. The giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers.
Oh, man.
You take 10 damage.
Man, this
What would
thing's
you like to
kicking her ass.
Cast spell.
Your frostbite stings the giant mud crab. The giant mud crab snaps its huge pincers. You take 10 damage.
This thing
What
might
would you
take
like
us
to
out,
do?
guys.
Mud crab. Get the hell out
I
of
still
here.
think magic's the best way to go. Let's cast spell. You're about to die.
You can attack with weapon, cast spell.
Am I not
use
mathing
shout,
good,
or
Astro? Are we
flee.
about to die?
What would you like to do?
Cast spell?
Your frostbite chills the giant mud crab. It will never move again. You have triumphed. You have 28 health.
You totally conquered it, dude.
Your magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic skill has increased to level 4. You have successfully cleared the forest of evil.
Woo.
This should earn you a generous reward. You realize the path through the forest loops back to where you started your quest. That would have been good to know earlier.
You see the sass,
The
though?
cosmic breathes a sigh of relief and thanks you for putting down every last one of those vile villains. They really had it coming. He tosses you a ring of invisibility.
Hey!
You slip it on your finger and the ring turns invisible. Not you. Novice enchanters. Sheesh. You head out on the road and travel long into the night. Masser and Secunda fill the sky. After a time, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a fishing camp, in the other is a fortified town. Where would you like to go?
Alexa, stop playing Skyrim.
In one direction is a fishing camp, in the
She's
other
like,
is a
you're in
fortified
this
town.
now.
Where would you like to go?
Alexa, stop.
Save game.
Safe travels, adventurer.
Alexa, play Crab
play-
Rave.
Sorry, I'm having trouble accessing your Alexa skill finder skill right now.
Yeah, apparently her skill finder skill sucks, too, because she couldn't find Crab Rave.
Well, definitely, it just goes to show that, sometimes things that you just think are kind of like a little funny joke can become reality.
Juthode. Is it Juthode? I dig it, man. It's a cool name regardless. It's okay you got my name wrong, but it's pronounced Juthode. Okay. Cool.
Well,
Thanks for joining us tonight, man. We absolutely appreciate it. We're rocking this March Madness here. This, of course, is one of our contenders. If you headed over to our vote page, you'll see that this is actually not an exclusive game. These are our last two games that we're going to talk about tonight, which are actually the opposite of exclusives. These are completely cross-platforms types of games, or games available on every platform at the very least. So if you want to run over there and throw us a vote and check that out, we'd super appreciate it. If not, man, we'd love your feedback. We appreciate you hanging out with us, man. We're going to throw you a little bit of Twitch love for joining us tonight. There you go. So, yeah, guys, for anyone who didn't know, if you got an Alexa hanging around, you can totally play some Skyrim with it. Super ton of fun. J-Dog, thank you for that vote. There's some Twitch love for you too, my man.
Absolutely. But we got one more game to talk about, right?
We do. And, it's the game. Look at this. 21 followers hanging out with us here, or 21 friends hanging out with us here, man. You guys are welcome to follow if you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
But not a requirement. We just appreciate you hanging out with us. And, good. We did get your name right this time. Okay, cool. I will go check it out. Thank you. Skid VR coming in, man. What is up with those wormgasms? I absolutely love it. Now, Skid is a race car driver over there in VR. That's why his name is Skid. So super cool, man. We appreciate you coming to hang out with us. But we may take a little bit of flack. We're going to take a little bit of flack. But if you guys want us to play this game, it's in March Madness. Like we said, whatever game wins, we're dedicating a super big charity stream in honor of Aurelia's next charity to this game. So the final game is Fortnite. Now, I know a lot of people, we got a lot of haters out there for Fortnite, but come on, guys, you can play it on anything. You can play it on mobile, you can play it on your phone, and still be able to cross-platform play with people. It's a pretty huge achievement. It's pretty huge. It's kind of a fun game, not gonna lie. It's a battle royal. You run around, you shoot stuff, you look wacky. I hate to say it's cartooniness, it's goofiness. It appeals to me. I dig it. I wish my world was a little goofier like that. Oh, man, we're getting the trash cans out there. Fall, I'm keeping my finger off the keyboard because boo. Come on, guys. You get why we put it, though. I guess we could have went with Minecraft. We could have went with Ring or something like that. But Fortnite, where you play with people on different platforms, is great. I have family all over the country, and being able to play with them, whether they have a PlayStation, a PC, or an Xbox, or just a mobile phone, has been really great for me. It's been really great to keep connected with some of my family. So that's why it earned kind of a spot on our list, and you guys are absolutely welcome to downvote it all you want. But we felt like it was a good kind of wild card as a cross-platform game. If you don't know what Fortnite is, I don't know how you managed to get on Twitch, but it is a battle royale that's probably one of the most famous and biggest games, usually hanging out in the top 4 of most watched streams and most hosted streams here on Twitch. Fork Knife, yes.
Yeah. Well, it was put out back in 2007 or 2017, sorry, not the, on July 25th, and it was released by Epic Games, which it said Fortnite, save the world. That's how it kind of, promoted itself. But yeah, in the last 2 years, I mean, it definitely has become quite a phenomenon amongst like the young gamers. You know, like like I know my kids love it. Like they like to get in there and run around. I mean, half the time I don't think they really are like trying to fight anybody. They're just kind of exploring.
Yeah, like the building stuff in that is pretty
yeah.
cool. So it's kind of Minecrafty and Ring of Elysium-y. It's kind of a mix somewhere in between.
Yeah, I've seen some videos where like people will be running and they're like dropping like bridge pieces as they're going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's like some like Doctor Strange level stuff going on right there.
Absolutely. It can be super fun. Look at all the people voting out there. Judd Hode, I appreciate you voting, man. X-Squire voting out there. I love it, guys. Mr. Fusion throwing us a vote. Let's give him some nice red hearts there because he's a Facebook originator over there.
You know it, man. Well, here, are we going to actually announce who wins tonight? Or are we going to let this roll over until next week?
The poll will be open for the entirety of the week,
okay.
So that our fans and stuff on Facebook and on YouTube who are capturing, or someone who watches the VOD in a day or two can still go back and vote, guys. This poll's going to be open all the way till next week. But next week, 9 o'clock, we're going to open the poll that has the contenders, the winners, and the contenders for the following bracket. So make sure to check back with us next week. We're just going to cover it real quick, because people can refer back to this week's video. But then, next week, we'll just throw you out the winners. You guys vote again, and we'll continue to do that until we get down to the end of the month where only one game remains in our March Madness.
Oh, you know it, man.
2019 Video Game Edition. And that one game, of course, we're going to be playing on a charity stream. We're going to make it a big, huge event, a big, huge stream. It'll be a super ton of fun. We're going to link up with Aurelia, who, of course, does a lot of charity streaming herself. And we're going to try to support one of her charities. And we'll be playing whatever game you guys vote up. So make sure to vote up a game that you guys want to see as well. If that's a criteria for you, feel free. If you guys just want to vote for a game you think will pain us, feel free to do that too. Don't forget that Fortnite united Nintendo and Xbox against PlayStation.
This is true. This is true.
Pewds. We're getting some love for Pewds out there. Sub to Pewds if you haven't. Gotta love them. Let's see, man. We got so much love in the chat out there. Thank you, Kaimo, for throwing out that vote, man. I know how it feels to drop in those little extra letters sometimes. I literally put the link in. Hey, will you stream the game that wins? Yes, we absolutely will. So I'm sure we just covered that for you.
Yeah,
play Rust. Rust is the greatest game of all time. We'll look into it. I've never even heard of Rust.
Well, I think Rust is kind of like where I remember when we first heard about Fallout 76, everyone was like, oh, it's going to be like Rust. It's going to be like, this game or that game. So I think that one's kind of set like almost in like ancient times, and you're kind of like going out and trying. It's definitely a survival game. Like, you're going out and you got to get food and you got to get clothing and you got to. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Everyone's like, are you serious? Are you serious? Fall, we're talking after this. Rust is the best game ever made. All right, with that being said, I'm leaving. A Severed Astronaut is just unfollowed. He's never coming to see us again. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know it. Look, Senior Ball knows. He knows. Stick around for him, But that's the thing. That's why me and Senior Ball get along so well. It's why we formed up the Power Hour, man, because we have found that both of us know so many different facets of pop culture and nerd life, man, that we fill in those gaps for each other, giggity. And it's been a super ton of fun being able to share so much with you guys and learn so many new things from all you guys, from the entire subculture and gaming and Twitch and everything like that. We absolutely love it. So yes, you guys are always so patient with me, teaching me so many new things that I really do appreciate it. So.
This is his favorite game system right here.
No, you are in the doghouse. Man.
No, but like El Bandito said, like, we all have our our stuff that we go through every day and stuff like that. And there's so many great games out there. And like, that's what's just so great about the Power Hour is that we get to share these things. And if somebody hasn't heard about something, guess what? We can also take that over there to our Wednesday night and rock out maybe some Rust. We'll have to see. Maybe not this Wednesday, but
we'll do it.
Yes,
we will definitely do it, since that is such a thing in chat here. Who do you guys want to win the actual March Madness games? Fave team? Yes, I just saw Jode Hode put that comment in there. Mine is also Kentucky. I do not follow basketball at all, man.
I was
will
going to
not
say,
front.
here we go. This is where we're going to get all the.
Yep. That's why we do the video game edition, because we have no idea about sports. So I apologize if you came in here looking for some actual fun March Madness stuff. But yeah, we really don't know sports ball that well. It's all babies and feet to me.
Yes. We like
only know
sports
fake
sports entertainment. but absolutely, thank you for coming in here and checking us out and hanging out.
Yes.
Throwing down some comments. We're on every Monday night, 9:00 ish. But it's definitely it's always a great time with everybody in here, and we can't say as enough how much we love you guys.
Demo, I love it. He says, yes, I love the team that scored the biggest point goal. Huzzah. See, we got some Syracuse love out there. That's nice. Astro says basketball. They shoot balls into nets with their feet and yell touchdown when they score a home run. Nailed it, dude. Exactamundo. All I know is the alley-oop that turned into the slam dunk. Right? That's a thing, isn't it? I think that's a basketball thing.
What's the name?
Me and Aurelia are just going to stop being friends now because she's such a big basketball fan, too.
What's the name of the game at the end of Idiocracy with the monster trucks and stuff like that?
I don't remember, but the one that Beef Supreme is the master of.
That would be like what me and El Bandito.
Yeah, that would be our sport of choice.
He interrupted me by watching Out My Balls.
Two-time SmackDown champion and former porn star Camacho Grande Mountain Dew.
Such a crazy, wild movie, man. I love it. But yes, like we were saying, you guys got all week to vote. If you guys have already thrown down a vote, thank you so much. And we're going to keep this rolling through March. So we'll see at the end who's the champion.
Absolutely, guys. But meanwhile, we're going to be doing a very fun episode next week for spring break. So that should be a super ton of fun. Also, we're probably going to be getting in to our Pirates booty, some Sea of Thieves action over spring break as well. That'll be next Wednesday. But this Wednesday, in just a few days, not only do we have DJ Napalm dropping the hotness and spinning some beats, coming out with his first ever Twitch stream. We're going to be keeping an eye on it. We're going to link up with him about it. But at some point, we're going to also be running the game night, the Power Hour Love game night, where we play some games on stream, hang out, and have some fun with you beautiful people out there. So we appreciate you guys hanging with us tonight. We appreciate all the votes out there. Feel free to share all those voting links out there to your friends. Get them to vote and have some fun, because the more votes we get, the longer we're going to stream, the more fun we're going to have, the more money we're going to help raise for a charity that we're going to work out with Aurelia, because it's going to be next month. It's going to be a super ton of fun. But please take a moment to head over to Aurelia's channel to support her charity. ! Charity. We'll drop some information about it in the chat. I think that might still have last month's stuff in it, but I know our donation panel takes you right over to her Tiltify campaign, where you can fund the 8-bit salute, which of course helps get video games in the hands of deployed troops downrange, abroad, all over the country, and of course, or all over the world, and of course, recovering veterans and wounded soldiers. It helps get video games in their hand so that they can work through their recovery and stuff. So it's a wonderful charity. 100% of donations go to that. And if we could, if you could donate, awesome. That's great. If not, go hang out. Check out Aurelia's stream. She streams Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And the more eyes we can get on it, the more opportunity she has to get some donations for this wonderful charity, and some more opportunities we get to see her rock some rainbow hair, which if she meets her charity goal, she's going to be doing. I'm all over the place tonight.
There you go. No, it's okay, man. Don't leave it up to me. I'll tell you, she streams Monday through Sunday every day. Every day.
She's always there. She's always there.
Well, I mean, technically she does. I mean, on Monday she's always our awesome mod. Thank you, Ari, so much. We always appreciate you in there, and definitely you got to throw the love. But we're all about spreading the love. So who are we going to lead the Legion of Love into tonight after we go off the air?
Absolutely. Let's take a peek out here, and let's see who's streaming. Aurelia, any suggestions for a beautiful streamer out there that we can go check? What do you think? We could go check Klops. Klops is out there.
I don't think we've. I know you've definitely jumped on here a lot more than I have. El Bandito, what's Klops doing tonight?
He is playing Apex Legends, which is always a super ton of fun. So that's a pretty fun game. Other than that, Zoltar 118 is playing Assassin's Creed Revelations. Nubbins is out there. Okay, Nubbins didn't come up on my screen. Klops, the dude I rated Zoltar, and Pronzo. What do you think, Senior Bull? You
Man.
think Apex or what's Nubbins playing out there? I don't see that.
I
on my
remember
screen
Nubbins
for
was
me.
playing that awesome Lovecraftian game that
Yeah.
one time. That might be something to kind of send everybody
Yeah,
into.
and he was playing that weird anime game
Yeah.
that one time too. That was pretty cool. Nubbins is hosting someone right now.
Oh,
Klops,
okay.
it is.
Let's
We're going to
do
go
it.
check out some Apex Legends. You could check our VOD where we played Apex Legends last week with Jeebus and Democracy, who are both awesome, and you can shout them out. Power Hour of Love, never mind. Never mind Klops. I'm ready. Okay, you got it? We're good?
She's got it.
All right, cool.
Lori's always got it.
She
Well,
is.
Thank you guys again for joining us. We'll be back here next Monday night, rocking and rolling, going into another round of March Madness.
You know it. We'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah.
Stick around for the raid. Show
it.
some love. Let them know the Power Hour sent you.
Check it out. Yeah.
Awesome stream. Thank you, guys. I'm just leaving you hanging, people.
Well,
Let's do it one more time. I got you.
Check them out now. Yeah.